salute you once again with the divine Islamic formula. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. We sincerely thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for the blessings of seeing another Friday, which coincides with the 21st day of Ramadan of this year, 1446 years after the hijrah of our noble messenger. May the peace, salutations, and benedictions of Allah be upon him. The 21st day of March, the third month of the Gregorian calendar of this year, 2025. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to accept all our good deeds and forgive all our shortcomings and transgressions. Oh Allah, we ask you for peace in this life, peace during our death, peace in our graves, and peace in the hereafter. My dear brethren in Islam, after giving thanks to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for sparing our lives to witness the 21st day of Ramadan, I also want to seize this opportunity to congratulate you once again for witnessing the last 10 days of Ramadan. The days in which the Messenger alayhi salatu wasalam used to tie his belt. Aisha radiallahu anha, our mother, the wife of the Messenger alayhi salatu wasalam, said, إذا دخل أشهر الأواخر من رمضان كان رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم إذا دخل الأشهر الأواخر من رمضان شد مئزره وأيقظ أهله وأحيا ليله. That the Messenger ﷺ used to buckle up, used to tie his belt whenever the last 10 days of Ramadan come. And he used to wake his family in order to pray. And he used to also stand in the nights to pray all the 10 days, all the remaining 10 days. And that is where the so-called tahajjud was initiated. In fact, it happened in Ramadan. That night, the Messenger ﷺ said to Aisha in the book of Imam al-Bukhari, he said to her, Aisha, this is your night, and I want to ask for a favor. She said, what was that? He said, I want to pray. I want to go and stand this night throughout to pray. She said, but Ya Rasulullah, it's my right to be very close to you. I want to feel the warmness of your body. He said, okay, no problem. The messenger lied down. She said, then I sympathize with him. I said, okay, Ya Rasulullah, go and pray. That's woman. Since he has obeyed her command, now she said, okay, go and pray. He said, okay, take a mat and put it inside the masjid for me. Aisha took the mat and put it where we call mihrab today. The mihrab in the Masjid Nabi alayhi salatu wasalam, you will see people rushing to pray there. Yes, that was the place, or that is the place where the Messenger alayhi salatu wasalam prayed his first tahajjud in Ramadan. That's mihrab. In between the minbar and the house of the Messenger, as in the middle of the Rawda. You will see people rushing to go there and pray. That was the mihrab where the Messenger alayhi salatu wasalam prayed the first tahajjud. As he was praying, there came Jabir ibn Abdullah, one of the companions of the Messenger alayhi salatu wasalam, and he saw the Messenger praying. You know, you can see anybody praying in that during the Ramadan time. It's not the mosque that we close like our own today. So he saw the Messenger praying, and he went and joined the Messenger in the prayer. He joined the Messenger, they prayed together. Tomorrow, he informed the Sahaba. The news got out that the Messenger prayed yesterday a very special prayer in the night. And before you know, the second night, when the Messenger came, he told Aisha to take the mat to that very point, and he started praying. Then a few number of Sahaba came and joined behind him, and they prayed. That was the second time. The next night, he came out to pray. Now, a huge number of Sahaba who heard about the prayer of this tahajjud special prayer, they came and joined the messenger while they prayed the tahajjud. In the fourth night, now the news spread to the villages around Medina. So people left their villages and came in to pray this special prayer in the night with their camels, with their donkeys. For example, now for people to leave Yanyama, to leave Karimo, to leave everywhere to come and pray here. When the messenger saw what happened, the messenger was afraid that this prayer may be mandatory, may be mandated by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala if we continue this way. So the messenger refused to come out. They have been chanting, Ya Rasulullah, as-salah, as-salah, as-salah. Come out, let's pray. The messenger heard them. Even Aisha was telling, Ya Rasulullah, they were asking you to go and pray. He said, forget about them. When they were tired of calling the name of the messenger, alayhi salatu wasalam, they started praying individually and in groups. Till when the Fajr came out, then the messenger came to pray Subh prayer. After the performance of the prayer, he turned his face to the Sahaba. He said, لَقَدْ رَأَيْتُ صَنِيعَتُكُمْ لَيْلَتُمُ الْبَارِحَةِ. I saw what you did yesterday night. He said, مَا مَنَعَنِي أَنْ أَخْرُجَ إِلَيْكُمْ إِلَّا أَنِّي خَشِيتُ أَنْ تُفْرَضَ عَلَيْكُمْ. There was nothing that stopped me from coming out to pray with you, except that I'm afraid that it will be mandated for you to pray this nafila. And you cannot do that. So that was the origin of tahajjud. So now you can see how tahajjud was originated from the messenger himself, and tahajjud sunnatically should be in the congregation. It should be a congregational prayer. That's what the messenger did. So from there it became, apparent that we had tahajjud in the sunnah. But the messenger refused to continue praying the tahajjud because he was afraid that it will be mandated. So now, after the demise of the messenger, everybody was praying individually and in groups. Then Abu Bakr came. People were praying individually and in groups. When Umar came, in the last 10 days of Ramadan, he came out, he saw people praying individually and in groups. He said to himself, Lawma jama'atu ha'ulai ala imamin wahid. How I wish I bring these people together and appoint an imam for them. And which he did. He appointed Ubay bin Ka'ab to be their imam. And Ubay bin Ka'ab led the prayer of that tahajjud throughout the last 10 days of Ramadan. And from there it became a revival sunnah. So it's not a bid'ah. Even though Umar said, Ni'matu bid'atu hadhi, thanks to this innovation that I had initiated. But it's not an innovation because it was done by the messenger himself. But the messenger was afraid that if he continued, then it will be mandated. So now, Umar, from the time of Umar, tahajjud has become a revival sunnah. Of every time in Ramadan, when the last 10 days comes, we start praying tahajjud. But remember that you should be sincere in your prayers. You shouldn't be only praying in those odd-numbered days. You should be praying throughout the night. That's the sunnah of the Messenger, alayhi salatu wasalam. There was no distinction between one night or the other during his time. So, but today you see some masajid, if it were an odd-numbered day, people came out en masse. They come en masse. But the other days, you see the masjid is hungry. But if you see a full masjid, that is an odd-numbered day. And that is not the sunnah of the messenger. The sunnah is we should pray whether it is odd-numbered or even-numbered. So in these nights, there is emancipation from the hellfire. As mentioned in the hadith of the messenger, alayhi salatu, he said, "O mankind, the blessed month has come to you. In the first 10 days of this, at the beginning of the month, there are favors, bounties, and blessings of Allah being shared and being distributed. And in the middle, Allah distribute and share His forgiveness. And in the last 10 days, Allah emancipates His servants from the hellfire. May we be among those that are emancipated. Today's night, because the night belongs to today. The night belongs to the Friday, not yesterday. Yesterday was Thursday, and the night was Thursday was on Wednesday. So yesterday night it belongs to today. Coincidentally, it fell in the night of Friday. With the scholars, many scholars, Ibn Qayyim al-Jawzi, Ibn Hajar al-Asqalani, Ibn Kathir, Ibn Taymiyyah, all these scholars, they were of consensus that whenever an odd-numbered night coincides with the night of Friday, then that night should be the night of majesty, the night of decree, the night of power. And it was yesterday. Yesterday we have 4 lights. The light of the month of Ramadan itself, then the night of the 21st day, the night of 21st day being a night that we're expecting to see what? Laylatul Qadr. Then the night of Friday itself is of importance. It's a very, very significant for you to pray in the night of Friday. So now we have all these lights. And if you're able to wake up in the last part of the night, you also have another blessing, because Allah descends to the first heaven at that period between 1, 2, 3, 4, up to 5, until when the dawn comes, then Allah will not disappear. So He comes down, He descends to the best that befits Him, and He was asking if there is anything that we need, if there is any problem that won't be solved, or if any request that you want to be granted, come and tell me. Allah is asking you, and you are there breathing, snoring. What kind of human are you trying to be? And after all said and done, you come and say, Malam, Gariya is a Jahannama. Go to where the problems are solved. Go there by yourself. Present your problem to Allah by yourself. The door is open. There are no security guards. All the angels that were there, they are there just to say Amin. Nobody will protect you from going there. So don't tell any malam that my problem, my this and that. Go there yourself. The door is open. There's a bonanza. There's promo. Allah is giving out balash. So go and collect your own. Don't wait for anybody to collect it for you. Yes, of course, you can ask someone, put me in your prayers, but don't allow him to go alone. He may go and forget. Or maybe you just reminded him. You want a beautiful guy, say, oh Allah, give me a beautiful guy. He forgets you. So please go there yourself. Present your own problem to Allah. Allah is, the door is open. Emancipation of the hellfire is there. There is no night that Allah emancipates for a servant more than in the night of power. And that was why Tahajjud was initiated by the Messenger alayhi salatu wasalam. Remember, Laylatul Qadr is better than 1,000 months. So whosoever prayed yesterday night, if it was the light of power, then that prayer, you need to pray more than 83 years and 4 months before you can get the same reward. If you give out sadaqah of 1,000 naira, you will be rewarded as giving out sadaqah of 3 million naira. If you give out 10,000 naira, you are having the reward of giving out sadaqah of 300,000 naira. 300 million. So you can see how excellent and how virtuous this night is. Then acceptance of prayer is in that night. Forgiveness of the first sin, the messenger says, whosoever stand in the night of power and prayed, then he will be forgiven all his past sins. He will be forgiven. So either it has elapsed or it is there to come. Please, let's be praying in these coming nights. We still have outnumbered days. 25 is there, 25th is there, 27th is there, 27th is there, and 29th is there. So, but we shouldn't relent our efforts in praying. We should pray relentlessly. We should be praying, asking Allah. Knock the door. Allah will open the door for you. Don't feel shy. Don't feel hesitated to knock by Allah's door. Allah is ever ready to answer you. So acceptance of prayer is there. Descending of the angels is also there. The angels that descends in the night of power, they are countlessly descending. They are uncountable. The messenger said, and Allah said, Tanazzalul malaika. Malaiku without number are coming down in the night of majesty. Not only the angels, but their commander also Jibril. He used to come and he visits some few homes. I hope my house is among them. And then when he comes out from my house, he goes to our houses. Then the peaceful night is one of the signs. The night is very peaceful. There is nothing that's going to harm you. Any animal that is harmful will not be able to harm anyone. Either being a snake or scorpion or dog or whatever is going to be harmless in that night. And then you are expected to read the Quran. Recite Quran as much as you can. Recite the Quran. It's the month of Quran. And the Messenger ﷺ used to recite Quran more especially in his tahajjud. Then sadaqah, give out sadaqah. The budget is happening in that night. Present your request, even if it is not going to be in the qadr, in the origin, in the divination of Allah, Allah's decree, then definitely Allah will tell the angel, okay, put it for him. I will dash him this thing. When time comes also, I will give it to him. So you will search for this night, and we hope to have this night to be in our midst. The supplication given to Aisha, our mother, the wife of the Messenger, alayhi salatu wasalam, may Allah be pleased with her, when she said to the Messenger, Ya Rasulullah, if I know that this night is the night of majesty, the night of decree, the night of power, what do you ask me? What do I ask Allah? He said, say to Allah, oh Allah, you are pardoning, and you love pardoning, please pardon me. This pardon is better than anything. The messenger does not say, forgive me. No, pardon me. Because if you are pardoned, everything has been forgotten. You will not even see the sin that you have committed in your book on the day of judgment. The sign we have mentioned being a peaceful night, and then harmful animals will not be able to do their harm to anyone. And then the sunlight, the sun, when it is rising, it will be covered by the wings of the angels, are now ascending to the heaven now, going back. So the sun will not rise on time. I'm not saying it's not rising, but the light of the sun will be covered. That's one of the signs. And we have a breathing air, the air that is very conducive during the Fajr. I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to count us among those that have seen and have attained the mercies, the bounties and blessings of Allah, those that are forgiven by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and emancipated from the hellfire. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.